everyone and welcome to MoJo's Fashion. In today's video, I will be talking about darts. Okay, so what is dart? When I first started in fashion, dart was really considered to be a hard, complicated topic for me, okay? But it's not at all. So if you are asking yourself, what is dart? Dart is nothing but an excess fabric that you take from certain areas just to make it fitted in that area. As you can see here, whenever we draft a pattern, we just make a block first. And then this block basically goes to, the width of this block is equal to the biggest circumference you had for that kind of type of pattern. I mean, for if you're dealing with bodice, it will be the circumference of the bust. If you're dealing with pants, skirts, it will be the circumference of the big head. Okay, so as you can see here, if you take this block and the measurement of this block, the width of this block is equal to the largest circumference you had. That means in another areas where you have a curvy shape in your body, you have to take extra fabric just to make that area fitted, okay, and reach its original size. So right now the size here is equal to the size here, but actually this is wrong. The size here should meet the size of the actual size of the waist. Okay, so what we have to understand from this is this. Let me just take you to a journey here with me. Darts has rules, okay? Or let me just say first what the dart is. It's a triangular shape. It lies between two lines, okay? One of the lines is the large one and the other one is the small one, but right now both of them have the same measurement, okay? So what we have to do is just to draw a triangle from one place, from one point to the small the base of the triangle will be laid on the small line, and the point of the triangle will meet the large line. So whenever you take this leg and close them together, the leftover fabric, these will be the actual size of the line, okay? The height of the darts is the height between these two lines, or exactly where the excess of fabric is vanish. You know, the dart itself will, as I like to call it, it will just die smoothly, okay? And suddenly it will be zero in some areas where the point of the triangle is, as you can see here, almost like zero, okay? While the base will lie on the smallest line here, okay? So the length lies between both of these lines, okay? Maybe I will make it shorter a little bit just to make it a smoother, curvy look, okay? But the length will be just the length between these two lines, okay? If the dart base is large, as you can see here, okay? I'll show you here. That means that you have taken so much fabric off, okay? If the dart base is small, like these red triangle, these lines between these two lines, that means you have taken less fabric, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? Sometimes you come across an area that needs to be like too much fabric need to be taken off, okay? It's not logical to take all the excess of the fabric from one point, because that will shift the grain of the fabric, and trust me, all this will irritate the customer. The fabric will not move smoothly and lie smoothly on the customer. So what you have to do is to use a little sense. As you can see here from the back, okay, there is a gap. I mean, there is a difference in the back. If I just take piece of paper just to show you, or a ruler to show you. Okay, here. Okay, if I take it perpendicular, as you can see here, okay, see this gap, so obviously you have to take some fabric from here. Same here, if you place this one here parallel to the largest not parallel, sorry, perpendicular to the largest circumference, there will be a gap also here, so that means you have to take off some fabric also from this area. Same here, if you place it perpendicular, also you will find some fabric need to be taken off from this area. So that will show me that, or tells me that I don't have to take all the excess fabric in one place. It's better to take it from several areas. That will make the skirt or the piece lies smoothly on the body, okay? You have to know also that the right side of the triangle, like if here in the middle, okay, let's go here, middle, okay, the right side is equal to the left side. You can't make, for example, this one 3 centimeter and this one 4 centimeter, because logically talking, let's just see here, okay, if you just squeeze it and you want to sew it, obviously if this one is 3 centimeter, this one will be 3 centimeter, okay? If you take, let me just show it again back here. If you place the dart in an area, that area will be shown more. I mean, what is that supposed to mean? I mean, if this lady here has a tummy, let's just say she has a tummy, okay? And I take so much fabric here, that will make her tummy looks much more exaggerated. So sometimes if there is a problematic area, not a problematic, I mean an area in the customer's body that she doesn't like, you don't have to make that area's dart large or wide, okay? You have to make them smaller, because by doing so the shape of the body will look much more smoother. Whereas if the customer wants you to enhance a place or an area, you have to take extra fabric in that area. Let's just have an example. In this mannequin, for example, I will consider it like a triangular shape, body shape, okay, like a triangular body shape. She's barely having a waist or snugged waist. So what I would do, I know that the measurement here, okay, let me just show you. I know that the measurement here is known, but I will not just take this much of the fabric. I will not just take this much. I will take more. By doing so, it's like you are squeezing it more on the waist side in this view, okay? So you will make the people look at her and think that, oh, she has a waist. Well, she doesn't have a waist. You just made her have a waist, you know? Okay. You just made her look like she has a waist, okay? And same for the butt, same for every other areas. So, going back here, here is the current waist, and here is the current hip, okay, or the hip measurement. Right now the blue line here is the current one. Here, after we place the dart and we will close them and stitch these two lines together, okay, so what we will be left with is the red line here, and this is the true waist, okay. Okay, so let me take you to another thing. You can just go and have a look at my book. I will leave the link below, okay? Dart rules. More dart width needs more dart numbers for smoother look. I mean, that will explain exactly what I was just saying, that you don't have to take dart in one place. You have to take it from different areas also. But that means that you can take 2 darts for the front, for example, and 1 dart for the side, and 2 darts for the back, for example. It depends if the number, if the dart's width is large. Okay, I mean the difference between the small line and the big line is large. That means that the excess of fabric will be more to be taken off. Okay, more fabric you have to take off. Okay, if you have to take more fabric off, increase the number of the dart, meaning increase the number of the triangles you draw. Okay, that will make it much more smoother. Okay. Which one is the most important dart? Actually, whenever you meet someone, you just meet them face to face. So, the first thing you will notice is the shape of their bodies, like the bust, the waist, the narrow waist, and the big hip, like the sunglass shape. Okay, that's the most perfect body. Okay, so by taking darts on the side, that will make the look much more clear. Okay, so I believe whenever you start placing any dart in any pattern, always start with the side dart first of all. It will be the largest one. Okay, and this is the only dart that you have to put only 1 dart in. I mean, in the front you can just put so many darts. Okay, depending on the design, so many darts, like you can just draw design here like that, and you just place the dart. Okay, and also for the back, same, you can just add so many darts on the back, except for the waist, where you have to put only 1 dart on the waist. I mean, sorry, on the side. Okay, for pants and skirt, from waist below, any pattern that you will have waist and below, automatically, logically, the back darts will be more than the front. Why? Because, as you can see here, the difference between this line and the waistline on the back is larger than this line and the waist, the big hip line on the front. See? Why? Because you have a bulky area here, muscular area. So absolutely the huge difference between this line and this line will lie on the back. So whenever you want to add to spread the darts or divide the darts number or the width of the darts, you have to consider this, that more darts value will be on the back than the front, especially if you're dealing with pants and skirt, down from waist downward. Okay, while if you are using if you are drafting, for example, a bodice, as you can see here, the difference between the bust and the waist, okay, is more than the bust and the waist on the back. The front is more than the back. So obviously, if you're drafting a pattern that is from waist above, okay, that means that all the more dart value will go toward the front, okay, because the difference lies in the front. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you. A logic, that's all what we are looking for here. Okay, if the dart is wide, very wide, you have to make it long. Okay, I will show it to you in a piece of paper so you can understand what I mean. Okay, this is what I mean by same dart width, okay, but one of them has short legs and the other one has long leg. Okay, so if I close this dart legs with each other, let me just try. See what you will end up with. You will end up with, just let me show you. You will end up with a pointy, very pointy point, okay, very pointy point, okay. And if I want to lie this one in here, for example, it will be very ugly, you know, it won't look smooth. Whereas if I make the same dart width, longer, okay, as I will show you here, okay, see what you will end up with. Let me just take it further. Okay, it will be much more smoother than the one before. And if we will modify these darts later. Oh, look at this. Okay, but look at this. It's less pointy. Okay, although both of them has the same dart width. Okay, so if the dart width is large, you have to make it longer, otherwise it will be very pointy and ugly. Imagine you just take it this short, okay, so it will be pointy, okay, but if you take it long, so it will die smoothly and will disappear smoothly, like with the shape of the body, and it won't be obvious and it won't be pointy and ugly pointy, okay. So darts has no rules for number. I remember when I first started in fashion, I went through some videos. Actually, when I started, there were no YouTube, like 12 years ago, okay? But later on, I noticed some people drawing the line of the waist and add the dart width and then take it off. It didn't make sense to me that time, okay? So whenever you put a dart, there is no such rule like this is right and this is wrong. I feel this is subjected to the designer himself. By dividing the value of the dart in a proper way, in your way, that will make it look like a signature for you, okay? It will be like a signature for you. I mean, there is no rule says that side darts will be 3 centimeters. There is no rule says that the front dart should be 3 centimeters. There is no rule says that the back dart should be 3 centimeters. Okay, you have a value. For example, a value of 10 centimeter width of the darts. Total darts width value should be 10 centimeters. So that means you spread these 10 centimeters. Depend on your depend on you, like whatever you see, like what do you want, like you want to put 3 here, 3 here, 4 here, you want to put like 4 here, 2 here, the rest there, you know, it depends on you. The most important thing is to consider is what I've told you earlier, that for the waist down, the back should have more, okay, and the front less, and for the bust for the waist above, you have to make the darts value in the front more. So I mean, use your logic, okay, use your sense. Where do you think the maximum difference between the two lines line? Is it in the front? Is it in the back? So if it's in the back, you have to take extra, you have to add extra value darts in the back and less in the front, and vice versa, okay? So there is no right and wrong. You can just start with you can start with numbers, and while you keep drafting, you may modify it and say, well, okay, you know what, I don't want to put 3 darts, I will just add 2 darts. Okay, you know what, I will not, the value is too big, I think it's need an extra dart. So yes, you can do this, it's not wrong, okay? This is actually very good. That means that you are you have really that sense of designers, okay? So I hope by that you had a great idea about everything about, you know, everything and now about the darts and how to shape the darts and everything you need to know about the darts. So I will still ask you to go and check my books I will leave the links down in the description box. And if you haven't checked my previous videos, please also go and have a look. I will leave some links in the description box also. So see you next time in a new video. Thank you for watching.